We're at the Muleshoe State Bank, and we're going to talk with the president of the Muleshoe State Bank, Jay Messenger. And Jay, you have a really exciting announcement to make.
I sure do, Megan. Muleshoe State Bank and AimBank, which is headquartered in Levelland, are proud to announce that we are going to merge. And that's going to take place sometime during the second quarter. And we reached that deal this week, and we're sending out press releases, and we're talking to customers about it, and we're all kind of got our chests puffed up because we're pretty tickled. It's a big deal, a really big deal for the Muleshoe area.
And now tell me, why do the two banks want to merge?
Megan, Muleshoe, Farwell, Lasbuddy is an area that is known for its agriculture. As an agriculture bank, Muleshoe State Bank has tried for years to serve the needs of the area. AimBank is an ag bank. They looked at this area and they wanted a partner up Highway 84 involved in the agriculture business. They came to us. They looked at us as desirable. They looked at our customer base as an area they wanted to be involved with. You know, it's sad, Megan. We think of West Texas as agriculture, and then you look around and you realize how many banks are saying we don't want to lend to the agriculture segment anymore.
Is that right?
We're seeing that a lot. We're seeing that a lot in your ag banks that have gone straight to the Amarillo market, the Lubbock market, and then the next thing you hear, their branches that they're opening are on I-35 in Austin and Dallas, and they don't really have a desire to be involved. Several Lubbock banks have recently closed their agriculture lending departments.
My goodness.
We don't think that's right. We don't buy into that, and the leadership of AimBank are a group of ag lenders. Some of them based in Littlefield, some of them based in Plains, towns that are not on I-35, all the way up north in the Panhandle, Miami, Pampa, Shamrock, Snyder. Get the picture. Now, they have some offices. They have an office in Amarillo. They have an office in Midland, Odessa, a small office in Abilene that's pretty new. And
they're in Lubbock also.
And their biggest presence is, as far as number of facilities, is Lubbock. Their biggest markets are Lubbock, Levelland, Pampa, Muleshoe. We're not a small part of the deal. We're important to them. They knew that. We liked them. We liked the way they run their shop. It's not some Dallas executives calling the shots in Muleshoe, Texas, and that was very important to us. We're kind of independent, Megan. I don't know if you know that, but we are.
And that's good. That's good. Now, the second thing that everybody's thinking, when I walk into the AimBank in Muleshoe, who am I going to be greeted by? Are you going to be here?
I'm going to be here unless you want to come work for us. And I've offered you a job, but you won't take it. I know. But no, we're going to be here. AimBank.
Now, you for sure are going to be here, Jay.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What about Bob Finney?
Bob Finney is our current chairman of the board. Bob Finney was asked by AimBank to go on to their board of directors. That's a really big deal. AimBank is going to be about $950 million banking corporation when this is done. We will be, we're about $110 million, so we'll be over 10% of the company, and because we're such a big portion, and because we have a good market out here in West Texas, Muleshoe, Lasbuddy, Farwell, they have asked Bob Finney to go on to their board of directors. I will be involved with the ag lending side of it and continue to be here doing what I do.
And so when a farmer walks in from his farm or his ranch right here in the Muleshoe area, he will feel comfortable still at the Muleshoe State Bank when it turns to be the AimBank later this year.
I think that he will love the change. I think that what I've already been talking to our farmers today, and what I'm hearing time and time again is we are so glad that you are partnering to bring new services to us, be able to handle bigger deals, and they're ag people.
Now, talk about the new services. What kind of new services does that really mean?
Well, I think the least of that is, have you ever been in Lubbock and wanted to get some cash at an ATM and didn't want to pay a fee? That's a good example. Stripes convenience stores, we've all heard of those. Every Stripes convenience store in the Texas Panhandle has an AimBank ATM in it. Locations, products, technology. Of course, as a small community bank, we are always challenged with trying to come up with new technology to compete with the big boys. This gives us resources. If we want to have a phone app, it's not as big a challenge. If we want to take your deposits by taking pictures on our cell phone, which you and I may not do, but a whole lot of people are interested in that stuff, we have that ability.
And also, the younger generation is very, very interested in that.
They are. And then you go on to the lending side. Muleshoe State Bank has traditionally not made loans over about $2 million. Occasionally we would do some things as large as $3 million, but not very often. AimBank has capital of $85 million. AimBank can make loans. Their in-house loan limit that they work with is traditionally $10 million. Legally, I believe they could go all the way up to an $18 million transaction. That offers resources to the area that gives people a reason to bank in Muleshoe and not to have to go off to some big city, because some of our larger agriculture enterprises require lots of debt and lots of lending ability to be serviced and to run their business.
Well, it all sounds good, but now we've said you're going to be here and Bob Finney's going to be here, but what about the tellers, the other employees of the Muleshoe State Bank? Will they be here?
Well, of course they're going to be here, Mag-Ann. They don't want me running the teller machines. I think we can do without me before we can do without them, but no, when we talked to AimBank said Muleshoe State Bank has a reputation in the banking industry of being a clean, well-run banking shop. We want your people. We want your customers. We want to be involved in the communities. And they said that to us. And they made a commitment to our employees that they wanted them. And, of course, when we were talking to people about a merger of the bank, that's very important to our current stockholders, our current directors. You've got to understand that this bank was put together by 28 local families in 1990. And this is a very unusual bank because of the way it's been owned. That made us a community bank with more ties to the community than many small banks. It also means that not just anybody fits the bill to merge with us. We needed a community-based organization. We are proud to say that AimBank, as I visited with them, I've learned they have a large ag ownership base and a large employee ownership base. They are not owned by some venture capital firm on Wall Street. They are owned by people in Pampa and Levelland and Littlefield. Going to have some people in Muleshoe that own it, people in Lubbock around. They're people like you and me.
Well, that's very good to hear, because you like to do business with people like yourself.
Well, I do. I think there's been a lot of news and a lot of media talking about the differences between rural America and maybe the East and the West Coast. And, of course, we just came off of a contentious election. I drove across the country last fall, and I decided that there's not any problem with American people. Yes, there's some issues we need to get behind, but I believe that America is just fine. The people are fine. Rural America is fine. I think that a lot of people don't understand the value we see in rural America. But I understand that. That's their choice. But I live here because I want to live here. Nobody's making me live in Muleshoe.
And guess what? I do too. That's nothing new. Well, we are so glad to announce this merger of the Muleshoe State Bank with AimBank, and you're going to find later this year in 2017, the second quarter, right, Jay? That's your hope. Well, if everything's going to move smooth and you come in this bank, you're still going to find the same people here to serve you in the right way. Thank you so much, Jay Messenger, the president of the Muleshoe State Bank, for sharing with us this exciting merger news.
Thank you, Megan.